This is me choosing analog. Fewer screens, more texture, T instead of timelines, paper instead of posts, real conversations held in the hand. I'm learning that slowing down isn't falling behind. It's about going back to a life that I remember, going back to a time where I felt less stress and more connection with the people that I love. So besides giving up TikTok, and that's a hard thing to do when you have over 200,000 followers, but I have a feeling that majority of them were bots. But I decided to get a magazine subscription. I believe I get 3 magazines a year. I can't remember which package I got, and I'm actually not happy with it, but that's okay. I'll just keep looking. I always liked the Smithsonian and the National Geographic. If you have a magazine suggestion, please drop it in the comments. I just was not happy with Country Living. The so-called country homes were made up and designed by minimalists, and that is not me. I do not do, plain white kitchens, but it did have good recipes, so it wasn't a complete loss. And they offer you the digital magazine, but I've never taken a look at it because, I'm blind as a bat. I don't really like reading on my phone. And this is another thing that I can check off on my list of things to do to go back to a more simpler life. I have a phone receiver, an old-fashioned phone receiver that you can connect to your Bluetooth coming in the mail. I'm not quite sure when it's coming to me. My son gifted to me for Christmas, and so, because I want to call friends, but not on my cell phone. It's too hot. This little phone gets way too hot for my taste. And another thing I'm doing is I'm spending every day I'm spending a few minutes working on a craft project. Today, I felt like just kicking back and laying down, and so all I did was finish painting my latest diorama, and and then just relaxed, hung out with Bear in the living room. I originally had a list of things I was going to do, but I'm just happy that I made time to go into my art room and just work on a hobby. And this is a hobby, not a side hustle. Not that I'm against side hustles, because as some of you know, I do have an Etsy shop, but this is for me. And it's to nourish my soul and to help me get back to a simpler time. I've had a smartphone for 9 years, and it's been the worst experience besides my health last year. It's just done nothing but harm me. It's harmed my mind. It's increased my anxiety. It's a time stealer. And I even have difficulty going to sleep because of the junk that I read online, the videos that I watch. It has not been helpful at all. And it just got worse when we were all on lockdown during COVID. So I am grateful that I made this decision, gave up TikTok. I'm going to give up a little bit of spending money, but that's okay. I'm just going to move forward and try to go back to an analog lifestyle. Y'all take care, everybody.